Little Frank Brown.
Frank Brown. Great, yeah. His brother's name.
Hey, you get a thing money? That's your name. A child.
Yeah. I didn't have. I'm with everything you said. You can hear real good.
You hear what Bobby said about you?
Shit. He got more stuff I ain't ready to make.
Bobby, somebody just brought a fight. Oh, the boy from the Eastport. They do all that wild animals.
He told me too. Burn the bell with I've logged to some of them, but his is everybody else is using it.
He ain't gonna get rid of it now. He's learning all of them using all the time. Don't get you in there, Sean.
Islam, good morning. Islam, how you doing this morning?
What's that boy's name? Cook all them rabbits and goose and all that.
I'm well, thank you. I'm on break at Burger King. Today was, it started off okay. Well, last night, I read some of, I listened to my husband, Bey's video. I mean, not video, yeah, his video voice recording until I fell asleep. I listened to it, and because I listened to it on Sunday, but I didn't take my notes. So I listened to my husband, Bey's video again, and then this time I actually absorbed. Yeah, and I'm going to listen to it again and do notes. I didn't read the literature that I posted on Twitter about the South American shaman. I didn't read that yet. I just posted that so I can read it. And I haven't done my Earth Sky yet. I'm going to do that today. Or if not today, I'll do it tonight. That's why I posted up there, so I will remember to read it. Yeah, there are still somebody around American Extended Stay the room saying I love you and mumbling. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know who it is because I never see them. They doing it in the dark. It's like they hiding in the dark, like or outside the room. You know how like a creature will be in a crevice somewhere, waiting to do unclean acts, like you see on TV, like a filth creature waiting in the dark and observing, probably smelling your underwear, smelling your bras when you're not there on these movies. Yeah, so that's yeah, that's how it seems like, because I don't know who they are. It's like they outside the room. I don't know. I don't know. I just know they're close to my close to the room.
How you doing, baby? How you doing?
Yeah. Nobody knows our Moorish American Nation and family, not true Moors, that acknowledge themselves. They like to pretend like they do, because if they can get you to think that they are in cahoots or with the Moorish American, with true Moors, then they will gain your trust, and then they can start initiating you. and they can start trying to amalgamate you in their system because you think that they know Moors, and they don't know true Moors. True Moors would not have nothing to do with unclean, filthy spirits. Nothing on a personal level. We already know that. That's true Moors. Yeah, so 9 times out of 10, they probably just wanted the, like I said, unclean spirits. I'm using my cell phone and my, the day is January, the day is January 29th, 2018. I mean 2019, January 29th, 2019. So 9 times out of 10, they're just unclean spirits being used. Yeah, that is, I would say, a rule of thumb. That's how you can separate yourself. True Moors would not have nothing to do. They're not going to be up sitting around hours at a time doing around your. They're not going to affiliate themselves with that which is unclean in the open unless they themselves are unclean. Yeah. So that's true Moors, and that's what Prophet Noble Drew spoke of and called Viet Efter. So that's why it's important for us to raise our vibration and our frequency as much as possible, so that we don't become that which he prophesies that will actually be amalgamating or in union with these unclean spirits. That is a connecting dot. Yeah, because true Moors of a high frequency could not, because their frequency is too high in demonstrating love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You have to have a low frequency. You have to be a disgraceful spirit to deal with this filth. You have to be a shameful spirit to deal with this filth. You have to really lower yourself. And that is in connection to why they deal with possession. So if they can possess your body to behave in a manner that's outside yourself, like in an animalistic way, then they call that come down. So you have come down to their level. You have come down to their level. Yep, that's it. Yep, I'll talk to you about that later, okay? Because I don't have a lot of time. I'm using my cell phone and my tablet. Well, this morning was okay. Miss Phyllis, my manager, asked me if I could work tomorrow. I told her I couldn't. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. I told her I couldn't. Yeah, I already made plans. I told her I couldn't work. I already, yeah. And also, let me think what else. Starting off this morning, I learned something. For instance, at Burger King, okay, let me start it off. What I dealing with a void. Okay, there's a way you have to ring up the order of pancakes and the order of bacon. Right now, Burger King is selling pancakes for 89 cents, 3 in an order, for all day long. Now, a customer may order, Burger King also has like the sausage platter, the bacon platter, which consists of the order of pancakes for 3 and an order of bacon. Okay, if you ring it up as a bacon platter, which that's what it is, because they say, can I have bacon and pancakes? If you ring it up and press the option, it rings up $2.29 or something. It's more than it is if you ring it up separately. So what I did was, when one of the guests came in today, they ordered 3 orders of pancakes and 3 orders of bacon. 2 of the orders I rang up, which the pancakes consist 3 in an order. I rang up for 89 cents each. I rang up separate. I rang up 2 orders of pancakes for 89 cents each and 2 orders of bacon for 89 cents each. For the third one, I rang up as a platter, which that's what it is the option for a bacon platter. And then I remember the customer asked for 3 waters, but that's a little more than when you press that option. It's a little more. So you, as a cashier, the customer he said it's not right. This because he probably ordered this before and the price was different. And I looked at it, I said, you know what, you're right. And I calculated and I said, okay, what I did was I have to ring it up a certain way in order for you to get the 89. I can't ring it up as a bacon platter, a sausage platter, a ham platter. I have to ring it up with the 89 cents and an order of bacon. So that was a void. Yeah, and then after that, 3 guests came in. They speak Spanish, all 3 of them. The first guest came in. The first person that came in together, or they seemed to be together because they were communicating to one another. He ordered from the lunch menu. The lunch menu. I was like, okay, no problem. So I rang him up. I said, fries, do you want fries, onion rings, or side salad? Because Burger King has the choice of fries, onion rings, or side salad with most of their meals. And he said fries, and that was fine. The second one, the next guest that was behind him, which also spoke Spanish, he said, can I order number 6 or the number 5? I think it was the number 5. And I said, either way, it was a number 5 or 6. And I said, do you want fries, onion rings, or side salad? And he said fries, or I said fries, and he said yes. I said, are you sure? And I never slowed down. I said, are you sure? Because I want to make sure that we understanding. He's saying yeah, and he was like, yes, fries, or he just yeah, he just nodded yes. And I said, okay. But then after I was done, I went to the third one, and I noticed the third guy that spoke Spanish that was in their group, or standing close together. He gestured to the breakfast menu as he spoke the number 6. But I asked him the exact same thing. I said, do you want fries, onion rings, or a side salad? And he seemed to pause. And I said, fries okay? Fries okay? And then he was like, yeah. Well, and I said, okay. But afterwards, as I was completing the trip, I said, wait a minute, you gestured to the breakfast. I said, sir, did you want? Because they speak Spanish. I don't know if they were fluent in English. I said, sir, did you want breakfast? Why you? Cause I noticed he gestured to the menu that's being advertised, and the breakfast menu is advertised up until 10:30 a.m. Lunch menu is available all day long. So yeah, so that and then I went back and looked at he said, I want breakfast. And then the guy that was before him, I looked at him, I said, did you want breakfast? He said, yes, I want breakfast. I was like, oh, so you 2 wanted breakfast. But the first guy that was, so then the communication, so there was a void. And I said, I kept saying, I said, oh, and I stayed light about it. I said, that's why I noticed I said fries, onion rings, plus side salad. But I didn't, and so they were saying yes, and maybe they were just, maybe they, there was definitely a communication problem. That maybe, and so I didn't say Papa's or use any Espanol. I was definitely speaking English, so. And so there was the communication problem, and so I had to get a void. Because the guy before him, there were 3 altogether. The first one definitely wanted lunch. He seemed to speak English fluently. He came over to communicate the show, to tell me what they wanted. And then the second, and for the other 2, and that's why I was able to ring them up. And I was telling Miss Phillips, I said, I'd never done a void before. I'd never done a void. So I had to think about it. Because she was busy. It was just me and Miss Phyllis on the front line. And so she voided it, and then she walked away. And I had to give back the money. And I was confused. I was confused about how to give back the money and everything, because I had already finished the transaction. So I tried to take my time, because I've never done a void before, and make sure I give back the money the right way, and re-ring up the food. She voided it. She pressed the button or whatever she needed to do to void it, but she walked away for me to give back the money to them, because she was busy. So I think my register would be okay, because I gave them back the money, and I started to retrace my steps and read my thoughts so I don't make a mistake. So I hope my register is okay. So anyway, Miss Phyllis later said, you did an awful job. She told me I did an awful job today. She said I did terrible. She said I didn't listen. I was talking too much. So, because after that there was a pale skin. He said, "How you doing, Miss Arrington?" I said, "Arrington." I said, "You know my last name?" Because my name badge says Rhonda. And he said, "Yes." You told me your name. I asked him, "How do you know my name?" I said, "Because it's Arrington-Bey." I told him it's Arrington-Bey. He said, "Because I never use Arrington. I always say Arrington-Bey when someone asked me." And so I was thinking maybe this is what she meant by I didn't listen or I was talking too much. Because he, after that confusion, he was lightly trying to have a conversation, and I was trying to have a conversation slightly with him, using care, connect, appreciate, respect everyone. So, but I was like, so anyway, I corrected him and said Arrington-Bey, and I said, because I was like, I never used Arrington, but I said, you remember that? I said, but you know what? I said, he said, you told me. He said, I have a daughter or somebody in my family named Rhonda. I said, oh, okay. I said, yeah, but it's Arrington-Bey. I said, only not many people in this hemisphere have the Bey, which I think that was pretty true compared to other hemispheres. I mean, I know there's a large Moorish American nation here, no doubt about that, but when you look in other nations, I think Bey is a lot more used, such as in Africa, Senegal, and Gambia, or mainly Senegal, and the Middle East, Bey. So, or in South, maybe Guatemala, they might still use, some places use Bey, but I told them only a certain group use Bey. So yeah, that's what I experienced today. But right now, what I'm trying to do is get ready to go. I'm using my tablet and my cell phone, so yeah, I'm using my tablet and my cell phone, and then I'm going to go ahead and click off and get ready to do my meditation. So that's my day this morning. It's a long day, right? A long day already, but it was a good day. Well, she said I did an awful job, Miss Phyllis, but I listened to her because I wanted to know. I want to be able to do better. She said I need to listen more. I said okay. I just said okay. I remained quiet. I said, can you explain to me what I need to do better? And she said I need to listen more. So.
It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Everybody thought that way that we wouldn't progress.
I was sitting over. I usually sit at the same table all the time.
It happened to me. I drove to Kentucky.
Hold on one second. What I'll do is talk to you later, okay? I need to go meditate. I'll talk to you later. It's all, my time is running. My time is running out on my break. All right, I'll talk to you later. Okay.
I'm not gonna stop using cars.
Okay.
Stop you, because I can't always.
No.
You can't always.
I hear you.
You can't always go to a bank.
That is good advice. Always stay humble. Stay humble and listen, because you always learning. Islam. I'll talk to you later.
I
Bye.
get paid with checks, right? I get paid. I don't even got to go into the bank. I can scan the checks into my account with my cell phone, and then throw the check away. I ain't even got to go into a bank. What do you do with your checks? Throw them away. Yeah, throw them away. Once I scan them into my account.